Hey guys, I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks. I think that's the last time I made a video. I was gonna make a Christmas video and I was gonna make a video for my birthday, which was exactly a week and a day ago. So it was January 7th and it was my sweet 16. Didn't have any sort of party or anything. I just sort of hung around the house. You know, just the basic me thing to do. So I was like, they're not gonna miss me. And even if you didn't, I don't really care because I have some awesome topics to talk about today, so let's get to it. So the first thing I want to talk about is this game that I've started playing called Candy Crush. And I'm sure many of you have heard of it, and it's super addicting for me. And literally, I just started it 20 minutes ago. And I'm only on level like 7, but still, I think it's like an awesome game. My mom plays it on the computer and she loves it, so when I see her play, I'm like, I should maybe play that. So finally, I'm starting to play Candy Crush. And, I mean, it's not like a crazy addiction that I have when I pick up a game, but sort of it is. Like, whenever I start playing a game, I get really addicted to it. I get like, I need to play this game 24/7. It's the best game ever. And hopefully it's not going to be like that with Candy Crush. Hopefully I'll be able to like retain from needing to play it every second. Like retain from school playing it. Because sometimes I see people like playing Candy Crush on their phone at school and I'm like, oh. And I'm not gonna lie, but I might have done that 2 or 3 times and I got caught neither of those times. I mean, I think it's pretty easy to hide your phone, but that's irrelevant. But yeah, so if you're getting bored a lot, then I recommend picking up this game or playing it on Facebook or downloading it on your phone or like whatever, because it's just an awesome app and I want to share with everyone. The next thing I want to talk about is my teachers that have really made an impact on my life, which I have made a list of. And I'm going to read them off and read things that I learned from them. Hopefully I will be able to send this to one of my teachers and then that teacher will forward it to my other teachers at that school and whatnot. So hopefully that'll work. But if not, such is life. First on the list is Miss Ellis. She was my first grade teacher and she didn't exactly teach me anything that I really remember, but she was really funny, and the same with the second lady on the list, which is Miss Copus. The third lady on the list is Miss Carmody, my 4th grade teacher. She taught me that that being different's okay. If you want to be different, if you want to be outgoing, that's okay. And it's really a big lesson for me. Next on the list is Miss Bear, and she taught me math in 5th grade, and she taught me that, again, that being different's okay. She one time did this cartwheel, and I forgot what it was for, and I don't remember what I was supposed to remember, but whatever. And my main teacher, Miss Clasby in 5th grade, was also, she just taught me so much, and that your hard work will pay off. And that is the same with my 6th grade history teacher, Miss Hexel. And I had this lady for 7th grade history, and I totally forgot her name, and I feel so bad about that because she was just an amazing teacher. Next teacher on the list is my 8th grade English teacher, Miss Burgraff. And Miss Burgraff was just so funny and so nice and so caring and just an amazing person. Mr. Prather is my 8th grade history teacher, and I used to hate Mr. Prather because he was so strict and he was always getting people in trouble, and I did not like him. But he really just taught me a lot of like self-discipline, and he's a great teacher. The next person on the list is Miss Thomas, my 8th grade science teacher. She was just always really funny, and I always felt kind of bad for her because everyone always made fun of her. And I never told her. And hopefully if she's watching this video, I want to say sorry, Miss Thomas. Even if you're not watching this video, I want to say I'm sorry because I dealt with a lot of like people calling me names and sitting there and knowing that someone else is getting called a name is normally really hard for me, and I didn't say anything. Next on the list is my freshman year English teacher, Mr. Milliken. Mr. Milliken, oh my gosh. He is such a funny guy. He's such a nice guy. He's so caring. He helped me through freshman year, and I don't know any way that I can forgive him for that. Next on the list is Mr. Clark, my freshman year thinking science teacher, and he always provided a lot of insight, and he explained things in a way that we would remember it. Like, when we were learning about windward and leeward sides, we had this thing, and he did a Walmart, and so that's how I remember windward and leeward, so Walmart. So, he's just an awesome teacher. He has a great way of having us remember things. Next on the list is my freshman year algebra teacher, Mr. Jacobs, and oh my gosh, Mr. Jacobs is so funny. Just like all of my freshman year teachers that are on this list, they're just so funny and nice and resourceful, and again, he had just great ways of remembering things. Next on the list is Miss Vernon, my counselor, my school counselor. So she deals with like my schedule, and freshman year I wrote this paper. I totally forgot what it was about, but it was kind of weird, and she just wanted to make sure I was okay, and she also helped me through freshman year. Next on the list is my 1-2 Spanish teacher, Senor Hunt. And Senor Hunt, he just, in class, when he's like talking to us, I just feel like he really cares about his class, and he cares that we learn Spanish. He's not like, okay, this is what we're doing today, blah blah blah. He's like actually really caring about Spanish. And a lot of my teachers that are on this list were like that, but I mean, it's just really obvious with him, and he has great ways of remembering things. Next on the list is Miss Burns, my geometry teacher this year. A lot of people, like, for some reason, just frown down upon Miss Burns, and I'm like, I don't know why. She's a great teacher. She does what she's supposed to. She does what her job is cut out for. She just assigns homework. She teaches. I mean, I don't know why people don't like her. She's an amazing teacher, and she's so funny, and so yeah. Next on the list is Miss Rab, my English teacher for this year, sophomore year. Miss Rab is just so connected to her students. Like, I can't explain it. Miss Rab is just so funny in class, and she's just like, she's not like other teachers. She's not like a normal teacher. She's like a teacher that is like, remember, like, okay, this is what you do to remember this is what you do for this, blah blah blah. And so that's, I mean, awesome. And she can take jokes, which I really like. I don't know, she's an amazing teacher. Next on my list is Miss McGowan, my biology teacher this year. And Miss McGowan is, I can relate to her really well because she is really big into science because she's a biology teacher. And I'm pretty big into science too. At the beginning of the year, I was doing really bad in the class. I couldn't memorize anything. I mean, I was just doing really bad. And those times that she assigned 8th hour for me to come, I didn't want to go, but I learned a lot in those 8 hours. So, yeah. Next on my list is Mr. Zellman, my history teacher for this year. And Mr. Zellman is just so funny. He's probably the funniest teacher I've ever had. And, oh my gosh, he makes fun of his students, but in a, like, laughing way, like a ha ha ha, that's just a joke way. It's not like he's trying to be mean to the students. He's just an awesome teacher. Okay, now, here are the teachers that have really made a huge difference on my life. So the first teacher is Mr. Avianantos, my 3rd grade teacher, and O'Malley. He has just, like, always been there if I'm bored. He's always had something for me to do, like if that's cleaning, or like if I wanted to talk to someone, he was there, and it was awesome. Like when my mom was at meetings, I would go to Mr. Avianantos' room, and he's just like a friend to me. He's not even a teacher, he's like a friend. The next teacher on my list is my elementary school band elementary school band teacher, Mr. Curry, and he's the one that spent the time to write in the tuba fingerings for me when I was in 4th and 5th grade, and he helped me learn tuba. He's basically the one that got me where I am right now, and I hope he's watching this video because he's an amazing person. I would not be here. I would not be the same person without him. The next person on the list is Miss Miller, my 7th grade English teacher, and Miss Miller, she's such an amazing person. She had fun ways of remembering things, and I was just like with Mr. Aviantos. I felt like she was a friend, and the last day of my 7th grade year, I didn't want to leave. I wanted to have her as my English teacher for the rest of my schooling, because she's just such a cool, amazing person. She sings, she's so funny, she has an awesome way of teaching her class. The next person on the list is Mr. Cox, my band teacher, my current band teacher, and he has just helped our band so much. Oh my gosh, it's unexplainable. Again, he's like our friend. He's not like our band director, he's like our friend. So, I mean, it's just awesome. I love Mr. Cox. It's just the best teacher I could wish for. Okay, the last 2 people on my list are Miss Burrow and Miss Hernandez. I'm gonna have to explain these ladies one by one because I can't explain them together. So let's start with Miss Hernandez. Miss Hernandez, just was so funny, and she would cheer everyone up. When I was in a bad mood, I would go talk to Miss Hernandez. That was the first place I went. And she is just one of the best teachers ever. And she's, again, helped me so much with learning my instrument. And Miss Burrow, I can't even count how many times I went into her room at lunch, and my friend Victoria and I talked with her. It was just so awesome to have someone like Miss Burrow and Miss Hernandez in my life. And I really, really, really hope they're watching this video, because my heart goes out to them, because they are amazing people. And I don't know how I would be with my instrument without them. Thank you, Miss Burrow and Miss Hernandez, so much for what you've done. So, if you like this video, please like it up or add it to your favorites, and please subscribe, and if you didn't, please also like this, favorite it, and subscribe. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.